Hey everyone, it's me, Walter Lucky Cow, and I'm here to do a, basically an overview of my thoughts on Volume 5 for RWBY. Now, before I actually do the overall thing, I'm gonna do basically my thoughts on the finale. And honestly, compared to other finales, even Volume 4's, this was boring. This was honestly boring. Like, nothing happened. It was made mostly dialogue. With only like a scuffle between Mercury, Emerald, and Hazel up top, and then the sun like outside before Adam ran off. But again, there were scuffles. They weren't like actually fighting. It's it's just so disappointing. Like, this was supposed to, like, if, like, this, and I know they pretty much did the big fight yet last, in the last episode, before the finale, but I feel like they needed to top it off, and honestly, the most that they did was reveal with Salem in Emerald's eyes, but again, we've known about Salem since the end of Volume 3. It's just, it's not that point. So sure, they now know, they now understand, but we know and we understand our powers since freaking Volume 4. Again, the actual characters taking a long time to actually figuring out the stuff, while the viewer actually understands it from the start, like has actual knowledge before they do. Beyond that, you had the whole Raven Yang thing, which it didn't turn into a fight. I know Yang would have won if it turned into a fight, but I would have loved to see two fight. Because this is probably the only time we would have the two of them fight. And basically it sums up to, if you take the relic, you're basically going to get Salem's attention even more than you already have. So let me take a relic, and then just reluctantly Raven agrees and just lets Yang takes it. So, I mean, again, Raven should realize, if, like, I get what she wanted. She wanted it for power and stuff, but again, she doesn't care. She wants to stay as far as out of this as possible. And she's only in this a little bit with now that's revealed that she has the main powers. But again, that was actually a good twist. I will admit, that was a good twist. Probably one of the only goodest twists in the entire series. But it's just, you want to take the relic so you can have the power to defend yourself, yet you don't want to get involved. You taking the relic is you getting involved. Like, there's no gray area. You take the relic, you held a relic in precision, you're an enemy to Salem. And we don't get anything about, like, Cinder, if she's alive or not. We know she's alive. Like, she's not dead. Like, we would have seen transfer to either her or Emerald. So it's like, but I also realize, honestly think, or I'm hoping at least, Cinder does a smart thing and she doesn't go back. She just goes into hiding. If she goes back, she's gonna die. Sam's gonna kill her. Like, she failed to kill Ozpin. She failed to make sure Ozpin was truly dead. And now she's failed to get the relic and the maiden powers. So that's like 3 strikes. I'm sorry, Cinder, but if you go back to Salem, you're gonna die, and Emerald's gonna probably take your powers. That's probably how they're gonna do it if she does go back. Which I hope to God she's smarter than that. I hope to God she realizes, okay, if I go back to Salem, I'm dead. If I hang around RWBY with them, I might be able to, survive all this. As much as she hates RWBY, RWBY's the only way she survives. I'm sorry, but that's the case. And now for the whole thing about them going to Atlas. Why does now I want to go back? Okay, she just started the volume leaving Atlas, and now she's going to have to go back. So I hope to God they don't start volume 6 with them heading into Atlas. I don't think they are, because that would be like horrible pacing. And I hope they like stay in Haven a little bit to rest, to regain their strength. But why does not want to go back? I can already tell she's gonna be against this entire thing, because she just spent the entirety of her last volume dealing with all this, and then she finally escaped. She finally with her team, and now she's had to go back. I don't think she's gonna like this, like, at one bit. Also, Leonardo's death sort of freaking did not warrant it. He was a coward, sure, and a sellout, but that does not mean he deserved to die. And the way he did it, it's freaky, but in unnerving in a sense. That Salem was so cruel, but so unnerving that they are willing to let Wise get stabbed in, like, her side. Yet they have problem with showing a character die. It's like, make up your mind. You've shown that you're willing to kill people, like, on screen, and then you've shown you can't. Make up your mind. You can't be both. It's either you do on-screen stuff or you do off-screen stuff. Pick one and stay with it. It's so stupid. Like, come on, you guys. It's not that hard to figure out. You either do on-screen stuff or you do off-screen stuff. Or you could at least let us see him, like, dead with his lifeless eyes. But yeah. Like, even with Renault, they killed Renault off and then they did Leonardo. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand, and I don't think I ever will. And at the credits, we get one last scene. It's pretty much Taiyang finding his own business, and then Feather. Basically it. And this is where's my problem with this. Do you want to use Taiyang or do you not want to use Taiyang? Make up your minds. You can't keep, like, I'm sorry, Taiyang, but you have had, like, what? I want to say, like, since RWBY was, like, a little kid, like 3 or 4? So, and she's, like, what, 17, almost 18 now? So that's, like, what, 12 years? You have 12 years to mourn. You have 12 years to mourn, dude. Time to get off your butt and do something. And it's basically, they've been hitting at Taiyang after being 100 ever since Volume 2 with the whole him saying Zwei to stay with RWBY and the others while he went out to do stuff. But we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him done anything of relevance. We finally get to see him in Volume 3, and Volume 4 we finally get to see him training. But it's like, now he's just doing nothing. He's just staying around doing nothing. It's like, they need to add him. They need to bring him around and do something with him. Either that or just have him killed off. Because there's no sense in keeping him around if you're not going to do anything with him. Like, again, stop having unnecessary characters that are supposed to have importance, but you do nothing with them. Crow's important. He does stuff. Why does Taiyang get a freaking, like, get a pass when it comes to this kind of stuff? He's a huntsman. He should have gone. He should have, like, freaking let Yang went off and then figure out where they were going. Like, try to figure out where RWBY and the others were going. And if he figured it out, go start heading toward there. Yet like, I hope to God that, like, Raven is is pretty much alluding to the fact that Taiyang is about to get involved. Because if not, they just need to have him killed off. I'm sorry, but your moment in time has passed. It's time for you to either put up, shut up, put up or shut up and die. And that's basically the entirety of the finale. And well, it's also some other stuff, but I'll get that in a bit. Now, I'm not falling for Volume 5 finale. Now, Volume 5 overall. If I have to say anything, I want to say this is really probably one of the slowest and most boring volumes of RWBY, and this is including Volume 1 and Volume 2. I know Volume 3 we had a lot of fights. In Volume 4, while we didn't get many fights, the fight we did get were something to speak of. Tyrion versus Team Juniper. Junior, whatever the frick I want to call it. And then him fighting Crow, and then the Knuckle Wave. There was a lot of stuff to talk about. Volume 5 doesn't have that. The most we got is Weiss versus the freaking bees. Blake, the whole attack on the Belladonna house, and then the final fight. That's the only 3 fights that I actually remember, you actually think about. You don't think about the bandits, because again, the bandits, the nameless foes that Yanko just knock them around like they're nothing. And it's just that's pretty much it. The rest of it is pretty much not just training and just filler. It's just and then you spend an entire episode having them lounge around, relaxing, talking, and filling them in, Yang and Weiss, who just arrived, when they could easily have done this off screen. Because everyone would have accepted that. Okay, they arrived, they pretty much unite, and they pretty much fill them in on everything that has happened. They could have done that easily, and I don't think anyone would have really complained, except the nitpickers. You complain about anything. But they spent an entire episode, and I guess he was trying to reinforce the whole thing about Raven telling Yang to question things, but she questioned it the one time, and then that's it. And if anything, she questioned Raven's more than she questions us. I'm pretty sure that's the exact opposite of what Raven told you to do. I'm pretty sure she told you to question Oz more and not just trust him because everyone else trusts him. Yang doesn't do that. Come on, Yang. You're smart. You should realize. There are things that are hard in Crow just going along with it because he freaking is Crow. He doesn't really care. Or if he does, he doesn't show it. But yeah, this arc has just been boring. And basically the last from episode 10 or 11? No, 10 was the whole fight. 11 through now has been the entire fight, I'm sure. But again, that's basically fighting the whole thing with Volume 3, the whole beacon falling stuff. You have these you have these fights and all, but not really fights. I just feel Volume 5 is going to be the black sheep of the volumes, unless somehow they do worst. And trust me, considering what they're showing, what they're up to now, I think Volume 6 is going to be even worse. And let me tell you why. So at the end of the trailer, whenever they do that, they usually show what they're doing next. They revealed not one, but 2 new shows they're making, animated shows. they have different styles and stuff, but they're still two new animated shows. I believe the first one's called The Nomads from Nowhere, and the second one is Gene something. Oh, let me look up. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, Nomad from Nowhere and Gene Lock. We're supposed to be this future sci-fi shooter, and then you have Nomad from Nowhere, which is going to the interview. It's supposed to be more like Samurai Jack. And here's my problem. Here's my problem with this. You guys barely managed to do 3 volume trailers before volume 5. You guys didn't barely manage to do that. You had Yangs, you had Rises in like summer, Blake in like I want to say September, and then Yangs a week before the actual show. I'm pretty sure, I think I fairly remember it came out like right before the Tuesday launch. Because if you have a account, you can see it on Tuesday rather than wait for it to be uploaded on Saturday, which I've been doing. But basically, you guys are telling me that despite that whole almost missing the deadline with the Yang trailer, you're telling me that you guys can not only support 1 but 2 more? No, you can't. I'm sorry. You already got Camp, which I don't know if that's continuing on. Unless Camp might... Is Camp done? I don't know. Yeah, Camp, you got RWBY Chibi. You got freaking Red vs. Blue. And then you got like freaking... And then you like... I'm sorry, but I don't think you guys can handle all this. Unless there've been like massive hirings at Rooster Teeth, which I haven't heard of. I haven't heard of anything like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Post in the comments if I am. But you're telling me you guys want to try to do all this in 2018, like in the end slate of the year, or like, okay, Gene Lock and Nomad of Nowhere, I think. And then, like, I think Nomad and Gene Lock is probably going to start sometime next year. I don't think they're coming out this year. Maybe they are. According to the slate, they're doing RWBY Volume 6. They're doing Volume 6, they're doing Gene Lock, they're doing Nobody from Nowhere, and then they're also doing Red vs. Blue, Camp, RWBY Chibi. Like, they must have, like, the only possible reason I have is that they've been hiring, like, massively, because otherwise I don't think they can handle all of this with just what the staff they have. They're going to have to hire. I think they probably have something, I don't know. I just hope that these other shows isn't, like, a sign that RWBY's coming into an end quickly. Like, I don't think it is, but it's just like, okay, so basically this entire volume with like, we're Haven, we're trying to find a Springman, and we only got this, Springman came to us, and we got a relic. Okay, now we can move on to Atlas. It's like, you guys, like, well, at least with Veil, you spent like 3 volumes in it. We got to see a highway, you got to see all this other stuff. The underground train leading to Mount Glen. It's like, you have all of this, and then we have pretty much just like random places going to Haven, and then we finally get to Haven, and now we're all like going to Atlas. I don't even, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I, actually, I do know. I don't like it. I feel like this is, they want to hurry up and finish RWBY off, because I think they're starting to see that it's not like, it's not doing well, but it's not doing well because it's unpopular. It's not doing well because they have bad writing. And they can't fix it, so now they're trying to rush it, which is going to make it even better and kill views even more. It's like, and you respect these other two, like, things to be well, like Gene Lock. Like, I mean, Gene Lock, I'm not gonna lie, it looks amazing, it looks awesome. But, I don't know. And then you got Nomad from Nowhere, which all we know about is the name. And then you got the image they gave out for the freaking, like, I might leave the site I'm looking at in the description so you can go check it out. But apparently this is all slated for 2018. So all this is happening this year. And I just don't like it. I don't feel like this is going to be a good thing. Because, I mean, they had a good thing. They had Rest Blues during the summer, or the spring to summer. Camp and RWBY Chibi during the summer and fall. And then RWBY from fall, winter, and winter. And yet you want to try and slot in 2 more shows. I don't know if I like it or not. But anyways, I think that's enough for me. Like, overall, season 5 was basically a bit disappointing overall compared to other volumes. At least with volume 4, we got some understanding about what was going on with Blake. We got some understanding with what's going on with Wise. Like, they were so unknown. Like, we barely know anything about them. But now we volume 4 and volume 5 for Blake has helped, like, show their backstory, where they come from, the stuff they've gone through, which is good. I feel like if anything, that should have been done, like, way earlier. Because we've known about Yang and RWBY and pretty much their backstory. Especially after Volume 3, with Crow more or less explained it to them. But yeah, I'm glad we got that better, but overall I still feel like they could have done more, and they just didn't. Like, especially with that pilot. The pilot that was driving Rice to... I can't remember the place anymore. Whatever. I think I rambled on long enough. I'll leave the description in below. And I also might be doing a new chapter, because at this point, my own, like, made up stuff is probably gonna be the best we get from Cinda at this point. Because, oh god, they messed up Cinda so bad. Like, she was cool and calculated from volume 1 to 3. And now she's just wanting to kill RWBY. And apparently makes John's life freaking suck. Come on, Cinda, you're above this. You're above Adam. Come on. Don't go to Adam level. Like, now look at Adam's level. Like, we always read him as this cool, like, this guy. Now look at him. He's freaking nothing more than, like, basically, long story short, like, all the other redeemable characters that they had left they basically ruined. Okay, they ruined Raven. We found out like more. She doesn't even care about the people. She doesn't care about. All she wants to keep the tribe safe, which she cares more about than her actual family. They ruined Cinder. They ruined Adam, which they were doing a good job, and then they just plunged Adam character in the toilet. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough of me. I'm done. Thanks you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.